Hello, friends. It's time for Talk for Dodge, the show that uncovers the stories behind the houses and the heart of our community. I'm Jeremiahjcondon.
And I'm Todd McCubbin, and today we are here with Sarah Murphy from the Brushy Creek Area Honor Flight. But before we talk to Sarah, let's do a quick market update.
Well, 2025's gone, and we keep talking about 2025, so let's talk 2026.
Let's do it.
And thus far, we almost got January through, and average sales is 212,000.
Which is way high, but we have a very small...
It's going to come down.
It's going to come down.
It's going to come down.
Last year was 165, so I see it going up a little bit, but not that much.
No, not enough data. But yeah, 3.6 million in sales in January with 17 closings.
That's pretty cool. And the real estate market's moving, and almost one closing a day.
And you want to hear something fun about Iowa?
Yes.
Iowa is the only state that is bordered by two rivers, east and west.
Really?
What are they?
The Missouri and the Mississippi.
Good job.
I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't a hard question.
I didn't write that down, so good thing you knew that.
You better double check. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I've driven over both of them. So
Mississippi, M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. I just said that last week.
Oh, we were talking about old movies we remember all the lines from. And was it Fletch?
Yeah.
Mississippi, M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
It's so dumb. But hilarious all at the same time.
Awesome. Well, let's get into the most important part of this. Sarah, thanks for joining us today. And can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and the honor flight?
I'm from Fort Dodge. My name is Sarah Murphy. I work out at the hospital. I'm a nurse. The Fort Dodge Honor Flight was founded in 2009.
Okay.
And their first flight was in 2010. Okay. And they did about 27 flights.
That's amazing.
Until the original board retired, and that was last May, was their last flight.
And then you took over with the new board?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. How many of there are you?
There's 12.
12 of you. That's a lot to keep track of.
Yes. They're all like my children. No.
Oh, I bet they are. And not to put you on the spot, but can you name all 12 of them?
Yes, I can. So myself, Sarah Murphy, I'm the president. Regina McPherson is the vice president. Jim Wilkins is our secretary. And Carmen Fielding is our treasurer. And then we have John Hyink and Barb Runenberg. They are father and daughter. And then we have, Moretta Clockey and Josh Bowler, Mike Murphy. How many have I named?
I don't know. That's got to be close. Hope we didn't leave any out. If we did, it'll be in the comments.
Yeah. No. Sarah Rusfold and Alex Kennebeck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
We have had Sarah on here before. She's amazing. So you said the old board retired. What inspired you to step up along with your group?
Well, I spoke with Ron, and he basically said that May 2025 was their last flight. And I asked him why it would be the last flight. And he was just a very humble person. So for him, it was like, well, because we're retiring.
Yeah, we're done.
So he didn't think anything further of it. And I just had mentioned that there's many veterans still to come. We haven't even brought on Desert Storm yet. And I had asked him if he wanted to have it be something to continue, because that's something that would be his legacy to continue for Fort Dodge, Webster County, all surrounding counties that the honor flight takes. And we basically, I know it says online there's certain counties, but we pretty much take any veteran from Iowa.
Okay, so what? Okay. So you haven't started the Desert Storm veterans yet. So what?
Not yet.
Which ones are you aiming for right now?
We had a World War I veteran do an application, but basically we are from World War II now to Vietnam.
Okay, so anybody through Vietnam can apply to go.
Correct.
Anything else? You just have to be a veteran? Did you have to serve in theater or just during those time periods?
Just a veteran. You don't have to have had like a deployment or boots on ground. As long as you sign the line and you're a veteran, you can go. And
awesome.
If like if you have an illness and you're within the years, then we try to put you on first because we want you to be able to attend an honor flight because there's a lot of veterans that have never been to Washington, D.C. They've never seen any of their monuments or anything that are there for them. So it's important to us that we try to get every veteran that wants to go on a flight.
How many have you been on?
I have been on one flight, and I have been as a nurse.
Okay.
And then I've attended pretty much all of the welcome homes for the last 4 or 5.
And that so I'm going off topic. This has nothing to do with what I wrote down, but my stepdad went, Wayne Chenander, and it was neat when he got off the plane because they announce everybody, what branch and what county they're from, correct?
Yes.
One person at a time. And how many people are on that plane?
Usually we have about 165 on the plane. Typically we have 12 board members, but we take typically about 6 board members, and then 3 of them are head like coaches on the buses because we get 3 charter buses. And then staff support, it just depends on the veteran, how many need actual assistance, if they can't like walk up a flight of stairs, if they can't walk long distances, if they have wheelchairs, they need oxygen, anything like that. We have staff support and they apply as well. And that can typically be anywhere from 10 to 30 people. And then the rest are mainly the veterans, except for we have 3 medical nurses and 1 medical provider.
So you're
That's awesome.
somewhere between 130 and 150 veterans
Correct.
getting off the plane and being announced.
Yes.
With everybody's friends and family there is just, it's really cool to see. And I think that,
Let's back up 1 second.
Yeah.
For all the viewers that don't know what it is, what is the honor flight?
The honor flight is a flight.
Let's start there.
Is a
beginning?
flight for the veterans. We are a nonprofit organization, and so we rely solely on donation, and no veteran, no guardian pays for their trip to Washington, D.C. We do it twice a year, once in May, once in September. This September, we were transitioning as a new board, so we didn't have a flight. We started the first annual honor flight ball, and we had that in November to raise money for our first flight, which will be May 26th.
and
Awesome.
awesome. And you're a veteran. Can you tell us about that?
Well, yeah. I signed up when I was 16, and I started my training when I turned 17. And then when I was about 18, I went through basic training. So I was in for almost 2 years. And then I had an honorable medical discharge due to injury. And so basically, I didn't go as far as I wanted to in the military. So I wanted to try to find ways to give back. And I was a mental health nurse for 8 years. That's kind of how I met Ron, not that he was a mental health patient at the VA,
Right.
but he came into the VA, and we always help print off pamphlets that they take on the flights. So I got to know him over the last 8 years, and he became a really good friend of mine. And so now we have to find somebody else to print the brochures and the things that we send on the flight, because I don't work at the VA anymore. I work out at the hospital. So.
Yeah, he did a lot. And
Yes, he did.
there was a article about him in Tuesday or Wednesday's paper.
And today.
Today, Wednesday. So we're recording this Wednesday. It comes out tomorrow. So we might have put the link in here you can read about Ron. And Mel Schroeder did a great job of presenting, telling about him at the Fort meeting yesterday. So
Yes.
Wow.
it was pretty cool to hear, everything he did. I've known Ron for many years. Not as well as you did, but
Wonderful man.
being at the VA and being involved, and he was so involved and wanted to help veterans his whole life. It was pretty cool what he was able to do with that. So
Yes, he helped. I probably can't even imagine how many veterans and how many lives he touched. I think that's kind of why he chose me to kind of follow in his footsteps, and he was my mentor. We were supposed to get together this month and go through some more things together, but we weren't able to. So I'm still kind of learning, but I do have the original board that I can fall back on. A lot of them I still talk to almost daily through email or, phone call sometimes. Charlie Walker, Mary Lou Walker, I have them pretty much on my speed dial.
That you do. They did
Yeah.
a lot.
Yes, and Mel actually reached out to me today for some things that I need to do for the honor flight. So Mel Schroeder and Russ Naden, he gets a hold of me quite a bit, and I'll email back and forth with him, and Oreen Kressler as well.
Okay.
So
Did Mel and Charlie go on all of them?
yes,
Yeah.
all of the flights.
Because I'd always go out
Ron
there
went
and volunteer.
on, Charlie went on, Russ and Mel, I believe, went on every flight. I don't believe they missed any of them.
That's 27 times to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about how it works. So veteran signs up, they get chosen.
Right.
You send them a letter, give them a phone call, say the honor flight's going to be on this day. Show up at what time, and what happens when they get there?
Usually they show up about 5 o'clock, and then they'll go through the boarding process. They'll get their boarding passes. They'll find out what seat they're on. It's out at Fort Dodge is where we fly out of. And we have, I believe, Daybreak Rotary are the ones that do the morning check-ins. So they check in just like a regular flight. And on May 12th is the informational dinner. So all of the veterans will come there. They'll find out who their leader is for the charter buses. They'll find out who they're sitting by. They'll find out who their guardian is if they haven't chosen one and one is picked for them. And they'll figure out, I guess, who they're sitting by. Some will request because they have buddies that they go with.
You always want to sit by
Their
your buddy.
family, yeah. And so we're following in Ron's footsteps. And if they request a certain person, then we make sure that we'll put them together so that they're on the same bus and they are at least close to each other on the flight.
Awesome.
That's cool. Got your battle buddy, even
Yes.
when you're 70.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so we don't have any veterans in the family or anything. And my wife is a nurse practitioner at the hospital.
Okay.
And she had 2 patients going. And I think Charlie asked her if she would go to help out with the risk of these guys. So she went, and she was like, this is the most phenomenal thing I've ever been a part of. And she had just the most amazing experience. And it was cool. And I've always volunteered in the morning of just handing those pamphlets out to them. Because it's a fun, easy thing to do, and they're really happy to be there. It's like, what a cool thing.
There's some that are very hesitant to go to begin with, especially Vietnam, because of the way that they were treated when they were, returned home. And a lot of them get more out of one day that we take them to Washington, D.C. than they've had in their entire life, basically, because it gives them closure. It gives them peace and serenity. There's been a gentleman that one of the board members walked up to because he looked kind of solemn, and he was at memorial, and they were like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And he turned around and looked at him and said, "Actually, for the first time in my life, I am okay. I could die tomorrow and be a happy man."
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that does so much for them. And Ron's famous words, besides "you follow me," are "there's never a dry eye."
No.
And that's true. And that's for anybody on the flight. That's for anybody on the welcome home. Everything. It's so moving. If it's something that you haven't experienced, anybody can apply. Anybody can help be staff support. All veterans can apply. The welcome home, if you don't want to go on a flight, is something to experience as well, because they do announce everybody. There's special things that we do. I'm not going to give those away.
I'm trying not to, too.
Yeah. You really have to be there.
You've gone?
No, I haven't gone. My stepdad went, and it was 11 o'clock at night, and he was talkative.
Are you old enough now?
No, I'm not old enough yet.
What?
Maybe.
Part of this show is making fun of how old Todd is, but he's not old enough to go on the honor flight yet.
I'll get there. I hope I get there. Fingers crossed.
Any veteran can be a guardian as well. They can go on a flight twice, and some don't know that.
Okay.
So you can go in your time available as a veteran to experience it as a veteran, and you can go as a guardian for other veterans as well.
That's cool. So day of, everybody gets on the plane. The plane rides, 2.5 hours, 2 hours to Washington, D.C.?
I think about 2 hours.
And then you land. Apparently you get picked up in buses. And what are some of the different sites you go to? How does it start?
Well, I'm going to probably butcher this, but I believe it's Dulles Airport.
Dulles,
see? I told you I was going to butcher it. We land there, and they have a welcoming for the veterans at the airport. And then from there, we get on the charter buses, and there is a police escort through Washington, D.C. We go to Arlington. We go to the Air Force Monument, World War I, World War II. We go to, if we can, because the Navy Memorial is a very busy street. So if you go past it in your time and there's an empty parking spot, then you park, we get off, 15 minutes, back on and go. So that one is kind of hit or miss.
It's okay. I'm Army. We don't have to stop there. That was a joke to all my Navy buddies. Sorry, Mike.
My father-in-law was in Navy too, so but that was good. Other places, the Memorial Wall. There's so many of them.
Yeah,
and even if you've experienced it and gone to Washington, D.C. and seen the memorials yourself, just like with friends or family, going on this trip is a completely different experience. And there's been people, even veterans, that have said, well, I've already been there, I don't need to go. And they get convinced to go, and they say it's life-changing, even if they have been there already, just because of the experience that they get, because they get to actually sit next to other veterans like themselves. And then any guardian, if it's a veteran or not, they get to hear their stories. Mm-hmm. And, they say if a veteran passes away, that's a storybook that closes. Mm-hmm. And those are things that you'll never get back.
That's so true. There's so many stories that people just don't,
And it sounds like you got a well-oiled machine too. Like everybody's constantly moving, like getting to the next step. Like it's not like a day of just sitting around bored, looking at one thing. It's like it sounds like they're constantly busy in a good way.
Yeah,
these guys are in their a World War I vet going. That's
I want to say maybe 102, 103.
Got to be in his hundreds and going. And
awesome.
They talk about these guys that go that are 90s, and they all day long. They get up at 5 o'clock. They're there at 5 a.m. They get home at 11 p.m. They don't sleep all day. Yeah. Unless they sleep on the plane for a few minutes, I'm sure.
Maybe not even the night before because they're nervous anxious. And excited.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so these guys that haven't been up that long for 20 years. I want to take a nap every day at noon.
Well, they can take a nap the next day.
The original board were all in, I want to say, their late 60s from the beginning to their early 70s now.
Yeah.
And so, I'm not even going to lie. Some of them walk around better than I did. I was tired. So it's a long trip for everybody, but it's worth it.
And I bet some of those guys got there at like 2 a.m. to start prepping for stuff. Like
yes.
Charlie and Mel.
Yeah, it's usually about 3 or 4 o'clock that the board members start getting to the airport and getting things set up and everything. Yeah.
So looking ahead, let's talk one more about, being there. So you do all the memorials, you get back on the plane, you come home. There's this big, the band's there playing, everybody's getting off the plane, getting announced. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of this, okay, let's go home, but all their family's there. So how long do people stick around the airport just telling stories about what happened that day? Well,
it's usually about an hour almost just to get everybody off the plane and introduce them. And they also do the fallen heroes. They bring flags, and they typically take anywhere from 3 to 4 flags on a flight, and they bring them to the monuments. They get pictures taken, and then when that flag comes down, they announce the story of the flag, the person behind it, and then they'll go through the Valley of Flags, and the flag then is given back to the family member. And so that's even extra names and information that they give. So that's about an hour, and people will stick around for at least another good hour and a half. So
it's a lot of stories. Yeah,
yes,
that's a big day. Yeah. So just want to talk about Ron for another minute. One of the things, if you read the article in the Messenger, if we get it down here, is the Frontier Days.
Yes.
He got, he's going to, before he passed, he's actually going to be the marshal for the Frontier Days parade.
Yeah.
And it's kind of I don't know, they said they need a horse, so I'm kind of reaching here. But,
yes, they do need a horse. So they chose Ron last summer, but they don't give that information out until a few months before Frontier Days, so he didn't know.
Right, they announced it yesterday. So,
yes,
yeah.
and he had no idea that he was even going to be nominated. They were just going to kind of, because he's that type of person, very just honorable, very, he would say, oh, no, I don't need that. Don't give that to me. Exactly
what he'd say.
And so they were going to kind of trick him into going to the banquet or what they had last night out at the fort. And so it was announced that he's still going to be the marshal. And what the horse is they'll have the stirrups on the horse with the boots, and that'll be in honor of Ron.
And they put the boots on backwards, which represents the soldiers passed away, which is kind of a cool deal. That's what they did when cavalry was the thing, is if they came back with a fallen soldier, they'd put the boots in the stirrups backwards, which kind of, it's just kind of a neat remembrance. It's going to be almost, heart-wrenching watching that horse go by when everybody that knew him and knew him so well.
Yeah, it was hard reading the article today.
Oh, I bet
I get
it was.
very, very moved when I talk about Ron and I think about him. A lot of people have said, you got to make sure you don't cry, you don't do this, but that's probably one of the reasons why he chose me, because he knows my heart's in the right place. And
that's what this takes, is heart.
Yeah.
You have all the volunteers, you have the people that want to do it, you have the template. So this is one of those jobs, you're not going to get paid for it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of tough questions and a lot of tough days, but if your heart's there to get this done, I think that's just an amazing thing that you volunteered to do.
And the well-oiled machine, that's all thanks to Ron Newsum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from day one, a lot of the board members will even say that he took with him his information. It was all in his head. Like, he didn't write notes. He didn't do any of that. He just knew what he was doing. He knew he was getting a hold of. He knows everybody in Washington. He knows all of the tour guides, the charter buses, everything. And he just knew all that information. And some of the things he shared with me, and I was talking to some of the former board members, and they're like, I didn't even know that. So I did learn some tricks and trades from him, but I wish I could have had more.
A little more time would have been nice.
Yes.
So you say it's a nonprofit. So where does the money come from?
Donations.
Okay.
So like the first annual honor flight ball that we had in November, we raised money. So all of that goes towards the flight, all donations. There's a lot of veterans' families that will ask during like their funeral that instead of, in lieu of flowers, that you send money for the honor flight. And a lot of veterans will be buried in their honor flight shirt and hat because it meant that much to them. So we get a lot of donations from that as well, and letters, and they're very moving to read them. My dad went on this flight, and this is what he would have wanted, and my mom, or I was able to go with my cousin, however it is, and it's amazing the cards and letters that we get even now. And just seeing some of the things that we're still learning is amazing. What they put together, the original board, they are big shoes to follow. I don't know what else to say there, and we hope we make them proud.
That's wonderful.
So other than getting people that want to go, I think raising money to help people go is another part of this. So
Yes.
I'm going to ask, tell me if you can't answer, but what kind of budget do you look at to do this twice a year?
It's over $90,000 for a flight, and that includes the charter buses. That includes the cost of the flight for the veterans, for the guardians, for the food, the drinks, water, Gatorades, the transportation. I think from the police escort, I don't think that's charged anything. But yeah, it's over $90,000 each flight. And we used to do by county as well, but instead now we're just saying that it's all in one. And if you want to give as a county, you can still do that and say, if I have a veteran from my county going, I want my donation to go towards them first. But you just have to realize that if there's not one from your county at that time, then it's just going to go to any veteran, because we don't want to ever turn one away.
Yeah.
You don't want an empty seat because you couldn't find somebody to go.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Fill it up.
So $90,000 a flight times 2, plus all the other little incidentals that come into thing if you have to pay for shipping and everything else. So raising almost $200,000 a year to do this is big. That's a big
deal.
Big goal.
It is. And out of, I believe there's 130, as far as I remember, 130 hubs, and there are only 6 that do not have the Guardian pay, and we are one of those 6.
That they've raised enough money on their own to say this is ours and we're going to take it.
Correct, because I want to say around 2019, 2020, I could be wrong on these dates, is when we stopped having the Guardians pay, because they used to have to pay their way to go because of how much it was to raise the money.
Right.
Wow.
So that's something to be proud of, and that's something that the original board started, and we want to continue. We want to have it be, all donation, and that all veterans will never pay a dime, a penny, well, no more a penny. And the volunteers that come out and fill out their applications to be on the flight don't have to pay either.
That's a huge accomplishment to be able to do that. And I also think it's kind of a testament to our community. And we talk about, this is Talk Fort Dodge, and that this region, it's not just Fort Dodge, but that we've been able to come together and look out for our fellow our fellow veterans and people around us in such a way that we can do this where nobody else, there's only 6 others, and there's a lot of honor flights that go out every year.
Yes, there are.
And,
to see
we're
their
one
faces
of 6.
is just incredible. Do you have any amazing stories that you can just think of top of your head, or just one really, really good story about? I know, put you on the spot. People like stories.
Well, Charlie always has a fun joke.
Let's hear it. Stolen from Charlie Walker.
Yes.
We should have had Charlie come with you.
I know. Let's see if I can remember it right. Okay, so there's a man, and he's really ill, and he's just not doing very well. His wife is out in the kitchen, and she's baking and making cookies and stuff like that, and he's just feeling sick and not sure what's going on around him, and he decides, well, I want a cookie. And so he goes into the kitchen and tries grabbing a cookie, and his wife slaps his hand, and he's like, what? And she said, those are for the funeral. Now he tells it better. That's just off of what I can remember.
That's awesome.
I thought it was pretty good. So,
I love it.
But that would definitely be a wife response.
Yeah, it would be. I'm saving him for the funeral.
Yeah, it's for the funeral. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
So if somebody wants to apply to go, where do they do that? Or donate money?
Okay, so we have a post office box. It's P.O. Box 104, Fort Dodge, Iowa 50501. And we have the email, which is Brushy Creek Area Honorflight at gmail.com.
Okay.
And I have business cards that we have been trying to give out to different businesses. And so you can mail in a donation. You can call. My phone number's on the business card as well, so it's pretty much out there. And we also have Facebook, and so just look up Brushy Creek on Facebook. Like the article for Ron that was posted, I'm pretty sure it was today. I already posted that on Facebook, so we try to keep people up to date on that as well. If they want an application, they can always email, or they can get on Facebook and send a message saying that they need one. And if you're a staff support, so like a guardian for a veteran yourself, medical, everybody has to fill out an application, including the board members going on a flight. Every flight, we have to refill out an application. And I believe that is part of the hub rules. That way you have in hand everybody on the flight.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot safer to take people. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Anything else you'd like everybody to know?
I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head.
Support the honor flight.
Yes.
That's right.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
Even if you're like me and you don't have any background from it, just like ask people that have gone on it, because their eyes just light up.
Yeah.
And since my wife went on it, I volunteer, but now that I'm out in the community, I'll ask people if they've went on it. And it's like, oh my gosh. And just listening to them talk for just 1 second, they're just so happy about it. I've never, ever come across anyone that's won on it and been like, eh.
Yeah.
Nobody. Like, because you'll say that about Disney World, and some people be like, yeah, it was so much fun. You have like a lot of dads be like, I don't know about that place.
Needed more beer.
Yeah, there wasn't enough benches.
Yeah.
And I should say, Tim Kelly, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, both went on a flight each, and my father-in-law, Bruce, was a Navy vet. That's the other reason I tell the Navy jokes. And Tim's former Marine, so they give him rides. So I have to include those guys in there for they both went as guardians, and then Bruce went as a veteran, Vietnam vet. So.
And both experiences are different as well, going as a guardian and going as a veteran yourself.
Yep, they all talk really highly of it. Awesome.
Well, we do have a wreath laying. We just started that tradition. And so when you go to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and you watch that, Brushy Creek has only done 2 wreaths so far at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And the one that they did the first time, Charlie Walker and I believe it was Russ Naden are the ones that presented it. And the second one, Ron was supposed to, but he got hurt on the flight. I'm not sure what exactly happened, so he wasn't able to complete the whole day that day because something happened to him, so he couldn't lay the wreath for that. But it's something new that we do, so it says Brushy Creek Area Honor Flight on it. And this year, the board, we've talked about possibly getting the wreath and adding Ron's name on it.
That'd be cool.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Well, good job.
Yeah.
Keep up doing what you're doing.
And thanks.
It is an amazing program.
It is. It is big. Like I said, big shoes to follow, and they paved a path of excellence for veterans all over Iowa. And it's something to be proud of for like our community, like you said, and for the original board members that started it, just what they created and what they brought to our area and what we can do for veterans.
Absolutely.
Let's keep it up.
Yay.
Thanks for coming today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And for everybody out there, make sure you like, share, and let everybody know. Get this word out to all your veteran friends and to all your people that want to support them to donate some money and support them. So awesome. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a wrap at today's episode of Talk Fort Dodge.
Stay connected with us on social media and join us next time as we continue exploring Fort Dodge's stories through the lens of 2 lifelong Dodgers. I'm Jeremiah Condon.
And I'm Todd McCubbin, and this is Talk Fort Dodge.
This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital. Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market. Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarket.com or call us at 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarket.com. That's digitalagent@spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026. Or visit our website at www.spinmarket.com.